So there's a lot of organisms that live in the soil, and they all perform really important processes like the decomposition of organic matter, and they release nutrients for plant growth. And climate change can really affect the composition of these communities. So drought, for example, kills them, and flooding can also kill them and drown them, obviously. We see these effects of climate change at the moment with flooding, and also we see increased droughts. So this is really impacting on soil functioning. If these soil organisms are affected by climate change, then that has implications for the functions they perform. And so because they release nutrients for plant growth, this is obviously important for agriculture. So we want them to continue functioning, and to do that we have to harness these soil communities, for example, through using specific crops with specific traits, or through increasing soil organic matter content, which might increase resistance of soils to climate change. My specific research focuses on how actually plants modify the response of these soil organisms to climate change. So plants also respond to drought and flooding, and they might sort of put more effort in their root systems and bring more carbon into the soil in response to certain drivers, or less. And then that is actually providing food for the organisms in the soil. So that then influences how the organisms respond to those disturbances like drought and flooding. So actually the indirect effects of climate change can actually be more significant than the direct impact. People don't really think about soils as a sort of a finite resource, but it is, and if we don't treat soils well, then they'll actually stop functioning, which you can see in certain areas, like some Chinese soils are just dead because they've been so abused with fertilizer and chemicals. And urbanization, we seal the soil, and that's, I mean, obviously when you seal the soil there's not much life going on, but also really intensive agriculture is depleting the soil, and climate change only sort of aggravates those pressures.